In a world where gaming is everything, welcome to the Extreme Gaming Podcast.
Welcome. Extreme Gaming Podcast, episode 259. And this is Great Gamer 25, and I'll let my compadres introduce themselves. Go.
I am Trev. This is all.
And I'm Matt, also known as Irish Guardian.
I like the I am Trev. It almost sounded like you were going to go, I am Groot.
Yeah.
I am Trev. So say
Trev.
we all. So
Trev is
say
me.
we all.
How you guys
you
been
doing,
doing
lads?
since the last time around?
Yeah.
I know
Adventurous.
people out there don't
yes.
know, of course, but
Yeah.
we've been getting into playing games and stuff and having a good old time. So it may sound like we haven't talked to each other, but we talk to each other all the time.
Gray's hopeless at Rust. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, that's it. So we are back with some more fun and games like we always do. So we're going to kind of kick it off. But again, getting into the paperwork, as they say, join our Discord if you'd like to see us all the time and talk to us and speak about all kinds of gaming stuff, play games with us, talk about movies. We talked about Superman just a little while ago and lots of other things, sci-fi, whatever. Come on into the Discord. That's discord.gg/Extreme Gaming Podcast. If that doesn't work, do a little Google search and you're bound to find us one way or the other. On YouTube, it's Extreme Gaming Podcast. On Facebook, it's Extreme Gaming Podcast. On TikTok, it's Extreme Gaming Podcast. But on X, it's only Extreme Podcast because we couldn't get the gaming part.
Somebody took it. I'm sending Liam Neeson after this person who's got a particular set of skills to take them out and take back our username because it's
Either
ours.
that or we
How
just pay-
rude.
We pay big bucks to whoever has a name. Well, that won't happen.
I
but-
want to take someone out, man. It's more dramatic
Cheaper.
in Hollywood. Cheaper as well. Yeah.
That's okay because we're working on a website and it should be up the next couple weeks or so, depending. Just a simple website, but it'll be something you can go to a lot simpler and easier. In any case,
Yes, sir.
we'll kind of get right into it. There's been a lot of stuff happening, but the Game Awards, which we will get into and give you all the winners and so forth, we'll do that next. But one of the biggest thing that happened at the Game Awards was they had a Witcher 4 reveal trailer, which totally caught everybody off guard because the actual game won't be out for minimum 2 years, if not 3 or 4. So to see something was kind of like, what? And when they started showing the trailer, I'm looking at them going like, nah, this couldn't be it. There's no way. And then as I started watching it, I'm going like, nah, there still can't be a way. There's something going on. And then they pan the screen in the cinematic trailer and you see a Witcher from the back with the 2 swords behind him. And I go, oh my God. I'm going like, this is really it. And I just went nuts because I'm a big fanboy of it, as you guys know. So when I saw it, I was just like, yeah.
Is there no release date at all for it, Gray? Sorry, is there no year? Is there not even because they're not just started production. They're well and truly into it. So they've been at it for a while. So it might only be like 2026. It's possible.
Well, CD Projekt Red has learned from the last time when they debuted Cyberpunk that they are not going to do anything until they're absolutely ready. Now that doesn't mean they might not release a trailer. It doesn't mean that they won't release some gameplay. I also read, if you all are keep looking, they're supposed to be opening up an invite only to play the game early to give your opinions on it and stuff. I don't know exactly when that'll be. It'll be some time, of course, but I got to get on that list. I'm not sure how, but I got to get on the list somehow. So that'll be kind of neat. The biggest deal, and it didn't really surprise me, although I was kind of looking. They threw a lot of curveballs in trying to decide who the new Witcher is going to be. So we were all thinking it's going to be a male Witcher, like one of the guys that we saw in the previous game, or maybe a different Witcher that was, follow his story, et cetera, et cetera. And then as the trailer went on, we get another surprise, and the character grabs the Witcher. Witcher's hood falls off, and it's Ciri. Yeah. And when I saw Ciri, I was just going like, yeah. I didn't even stop to think about
and
that.
He's not talking about the Apple AI either. Like he's talking about the other Ciri.
So this is Ciri.
This one's not useless.
Geralt's adoptive daughter that he took under his wing and was pretty much like a real daughter to him. and she was, of course, in Witcher 3, etc. And so later on, the same day, I think, or the next day, they released a trailer, a video on YouTube with the creators and the game director. And they said that in actuality, they had been thinking about Ciri all along, because they really felt she needed to be a protagonist. So there was no doubt in their minds, but no one, luckily, leaked it out. So no one really knew it. So everybody, thank you. Everybody who was surprised.
Remember that?
I remember that. Yeah. So we were totally taken by surprise in a couple different ways. But the whole cinematic trailer, yes, it's not the actual gameplay. That's not around yet. But the cinematic trailers, even if you go back to the cinematic trailers in 10 years ago in Witcher 3, were really good. And this was no different. So it was excellent watching Ciri, be a Witcher, drink the potion, fight the monsters, and she gets this big monster with 6 arms and cuts them off, or cuts a couple of them off.
Wow.
And then she reveals a couple of little different things about her, which is really cool. Yes, she has some of the Witcher power. She can throw, flame and Gwent and do a couple of, not Gwent, and a couple other things. Gwent, I meant Gwent's a game. So she had the Witcher power. She drinks the potions, et cetera, et cetera. But because in Witcher 3, where she was known to be, or eventually known to be, a sorceress of a kind, now you see something different coming through. She has the Witcher powers, but she also has some sorcery powers. And it only became evident when the creature had her pinned against the wall, and she reaches it. Her left hand was out, and there was water. So Ciri's power is to call on the elements and take power in one way or another from that. So you see your hand out, and all of a sudden the water starts to curl over to her hand, and then she makes a fist. And then she basically punches this creature with an electric punch. And he's just like, he's like, which gave her a chance to, run and get her sword, and so forth. And then towards the end of the trailer, the thing I really liked about the cinematic that was always cool in Witcher 3 was that they tried to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, the in between, all in the same trailer, like almost kind of like real life. So at the beginning, where the girl was going to be sacrificed to the monster, whatever. That's the way they've always done things. You sacrifice, children or whatever to the monster. And Ciri knows better that it's just a monster. It's not some kind of god or whatever. So she eventually rescues her, sends her back to the village, and she takes out the monster. But when she comes back, the girl's dead, and she's got a knife stabbed right through her chest. And I wasn't expecting that either. And I'm going like, oh Christ! I mean, that means all the people, the villagers, were so intent on the fact that this was a god that needed to be appeased that when she came back, she probably never even got the story out that Ciri rescued her, and they just killed her on the spot because they're afraid that the god would come out of the cave and kill them. So Ciri gets really pissed off, and they mention gods, and he says gods. He said there's no gods, there's only monsters. And you see her walk to the screen, and you can only imagine what she might have done right after that, like cut all the villagers' heads off or something. I don't know. And that's pretty much how it ended. So it was just really exciting. And when that came out, it's only been a few days or whatever. It was all over the freaking internet. You go on YouTube, and there's everybody doing reaction videos, everybody jumping up and down, crying, whooping, you name it. And it was there. And I was doing some of that too. So really, really happy to see something. So it was, that's what you call a major tease.
Yeah.
Now we got to sit back and wait.
They said before the extreme Gaming Awards. Can you imagine it? We should have done it, actually. There's an idea. I didn't even mean it. The Extreme Game Awards. Screw the official ones.
Yeah, that's it. On our own thing.
We could do a better one.
Well, I don't know. Jeff Keighley's got it locked up there pretty neat. No. More banter anyway, and more amateurish behaviour. More dick jokes as well, for sure. Jeff done none of them. So useless. No, we before that show came out, he actually teased, as he often does. He's a big tease, Jeff. He actually said that there would be a couple of big announcements, like "oh my god" moments. Now, I'm neutral on The Witcher, right? Love the TV show. Never read the books. Never played the games. I have The Witcher 3 on my computer. At some point I'll play it, but it's just not at the top of my priority. So I'm neutral on it, which is a good thing because I can listen to Gray, who's clearly a fanboy and can't be impartial, but that's okay. That's why we love him. And then I don't know, like Matt, where do you stand in it? Are you for, against? Are you like me? You in the middle? It's cool, but like whatever. Have you played any of them?
Partially.
Right. Okay.
Partially. I think I did the third one a little bit. For some reason, I didn't get into it at all.
Why? Is it too rinse and repeat, a bit like Far Cry or something?
I think so. Over. Yeah. I mean, I know there's more to it, but I feel like it is kinda, and I think.
Are you trying to say about our friend and colleague Gray is just basically rinse and repeat? Should he change his name from Grey Gamer 25 to Rinse and Repeat 25?
Yeah, that's it. Call him Ariel. Purcell, Mr. Purcell.
I'll fight you.
Here we go.
Universally, Witcher 3 is accepted as being totally different and new when it came out.
Yeah, it's a lot of different repeatable stuff.
But you gotta like RPGs that really are deep, like this one was. Yeah, I'm surprised actually though that one of you two didn't play the game through. Like, I would think one of you would.
Yeah.
No, for the reason I just mentioned. I'm in the middle of it, and there's so many other games to play. And I know we say that a lot, but it's so bloody true. I barely ever buy a game now, guys, and that's a side tangent because
but you're talking about one of the top 3 games ever done.
Oh no, I know. But you know, our favorite games are like Doom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, great. Oh, yeah. We would literally buy that on day one if it wasn't available in Game Pass.
I will when it comes out.
I actually wonder what the collector's edition will be for that.
That one's actually coming. You know, that'll be coming in the
2025.
Yeah,
at some point. Yeah. Well, you know when they say 2025, very rarely is it going to be in the first half. Just put us out our feckin' misery and say the second half, man, would you? Yeah, like Q4.
The rumors are that it's going to be it'll be summertime, but we'll see.
Oh, well, I'll take that if that's the case. So I am neutral on The Witcher, right? I want to see it do well. Should I play The Witcher 1 and 2? Are they completely old and different from Witcher 3 that I shouldn't touch them, or what?
No, I never started on Witcher 1 or 2. So I started on... I never even heard of The Witcher until 3 came out.
Did you play 1 and 2, though?
Well, yeah, but here's I'll backtrack on that in a second. Right. But when I heard that it was a really good RPG, me liking those things, I decided to try it, and then I was just totally hooked. That was the end of that. Now, what is going to come out, I'm pretty sure it's coming out 2025 to keep everybody's appetite wet, is they're remastering the first Witcher, which is great because I never played it, and the graphics do look really aged. Even though it's still a good game, and they did a lot of amazing things back then, it really looks it. So... when I heard that, I was going like, damn, that'd be great. So as soon as the remaster comes out, I'm playing it because then I can at least tolerate the graphics and stuff. That's supposed to happen. I haven't heard whether they're remastering Witcher 2. I would think they would. In fact, if I were them, I think I'd be working on it now because can you imagine bringing out a remaster 2025, bring out a remaster of Witcher 2 in 2026/7, and then you follow it with Witcher 4 right after that. That would be great.
Yeah, that's what I thought they would probably do. It makes sense because it's not them that's remastering it. I don't think they'll be helping. They'll have guys, minions that will report to whoever's doing it for them next season or whoever's remastering it. Right. But it makes sense, doesn't it? Because the game won't be out for a couple of years. So you imagine it, one remaster next year, one remaster 2026, like 1 and 2, and then maybe just after that you've got The Witcher 4 coming out. So if I disappear, I'm Superman. Matt, that is not one of his powers, mate. You clearly didn't watch the Superman trailer
I can put fire out with it. It counts.
Now wait. If Matt disappears, it's super speed, so it'll look as if he disappeared, even though he really didn't disappear.
No, that's not how it works. No. I've got a question for you, right? On Ciri and her magical powers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her and Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. Who wins? Go.
Wait a minute. What? Ciri versus Doctor Strange?
Yeah, they're both magical.
Doctor Strange will win, hands down.
Hey, that's the correct answer. Well
but
done.
That's because Ciri is not
your bread is buttered.
Right. Ciri's not a sorcerer supreme. She just has. Well, look, Witcher 3 had Jennifer, who was a witch. Jennifer, excuse me, with the Y. So
she was hot. God, she was hot. Sorry, distracted.
Oh, and I do want to make a small thing about it, and I want to see what your guys' opinion is. Obviously,
not a small thing anymore.
The only bad part about this, if you want to call it bad, is there was a small group and it is small, that came out and said that Ciri was ugly. Ciri looks too masculine. Ciri doesn't look anything like she should look like in
the game or the Netflix show.
Sorry,
Netflix show or the game?
No, the game. The after they watched the trailer, and I'm sitting there going like, "You got to be kidding me!" I mean,
well, no, come on. She's got a big, massive sword, and that's not euphemism for once, guys. Honest, she's got a big, massive sword. You can't be a skinny, frail girl and not have a little bit of muscle to you. Like she's obviously been working out. She's strong for a girl. She looks fine.
Look, that's in the thank goodness it's in the minority, extreme minority actually. But I'm sitting there going like, you got to be joking, man. People calm down already. You know, I mean, there is even some, again, a small amount of people going like, oh, it was typical that you would put a woman in there instead of what we really wanted. Like, come on,
what
people.
Did you really want?
Exactly.
What you really want.
Yeah, what you really. That's a song. So to that, I just say that's utterly ridiculous. And most people have stomped all over that one and said like, yeah, right, grow up. So that was the big exciting news. But there was other things too, and we're going to get into that now because the winners of the gaming awards were up, and of course, yes.
Great, don't give us every single winner, please, mate. I'll fall asleep.
I'm not getting into all 29 categories. But
only 27
years later.
We'll get into a few, but
right.
Well, and you know what? We're just going to start off with the one that everybody wants to know, and that's the game of the year. So let's just go with that first, and then we'll go from there. So we had mentioned before that there was who the nominees were at the time.
Remind us, please, Gray.
That was I am. That was Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, which we don't understand because that's a DLC, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio.
And which of these games did you guys want to win before you started? What one did you think would win before we tell the answer?
That's what I thought. I thought Black Myth would win. But
what one did you want to win, though?
Astrobot.
Astrobot, Gray?
Yeah. Black Myth.
Black Myth again, right? Okay. You like the monkey? The monkey is strong in you. Okay.
Monkey man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, monkey man. Whatever. He looks like a monkey and he can walk. Monkeys can walk.
Yeah, but they can't. They can't
swing
swords.
They got a swagger.
Yeah, that is true. They're nimble. That's a nimble monkey. Yeah.
Actually, it's probably just not even a monkey. Just a lot of hair that he let grow out.
Yeah, well, we all know that feeling. Like, look at me, like you don't shave for a while or trim, man. You turn.
So you two are monkeys, and I'm almost there because I have a mustache.
Well, Matt and I are like 75% Black Myth Wukong right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, the winner, and I'm not saying it didn't deserve it, is Astrobot.
Why?
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you why, boys. I haven't played it yet, but it's on my Christmas. I said to Santa, that's what I want, right? And even though my mother said, "Listen, you can have it early if you want," I was like, "No, I'm not breaking the rules." The big man, the big S man will come and get me. I went, "No, I'm not in a rush. I've got loads of things to do. I'll fire it up on Boxing Day on the PS5 Pro, and I'm looking forward to playing it because it's just a fun platform adventure game." And when was the last time a game like that actually won and deserved to win? It's a really fun, refreshing game, and they're bringing out free content all the time, including like a Christmas mission as well. Right, it's either out or it'll coming out soon. It was based off of the game that was included in the PS5, just called Astral. Is it Astral Room or Astrobot? Astral's Room, something like that. It was a free built-in game. It's a lot smaller. It tested all the PS5 controller to the limit. Like all the sense controller, like the rumble and the noises it would make and the sensitivity, it would test all these things and it would implement it into the game. Really hard to do that. So when I play that game at Christmas time, I'll look forward to reporting on it afterwards because the guys deserved it. I thought it would be Black Myth because it was a big hitter. I thought it would either be that or it would be what was the other one that was the DLC. Elden Ring. I'm glad it never, because that is just make a DLC category. You've got 10 million of them anyway. What's 10 million in one? You know,
they should drop about 8 of those categories and then maybe put that one.
It's like the Oscars, man. You're like 4 hours later. Like, there's no need to scrap all that crap and have a B show.
The best cleaning of a Blu-ray disc goes to.
It's just pointless, man. I'm glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it. Well done, Team Asobi. Well done.
Yeah, I go with that too.
All right, we're gonna go in the best game direction, which in movie terms would be the best director, because he basically, guided the whole game.
Okay.
More or less. So, again, the nominees were Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Astrobot, The Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. Sounds like the same thing.
Yeah.
And guess who won?
Astrobot.
Yes, Astrobot won again.
They won in almost every category I think that they're in, which is amazing.
They won a bunch. So won again. So that's almost like winning 2 Academy Awards, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
good. Yeah.
Yeah. So
good effort.
Can't knock it. It's done well, which means they can sell more copies, which is what they want to do.
Yeah. For higher price.
Let's see. Best narrative. Want to do that one, or you want to do best art direction?
Narrative. I always find stories and what's going on very interesting in games.
Right. Best narrative. We have a different winner this time. So it's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, or Senua, I don't know how to pronounce it. Silent Hill 2. So out of those 5, Metaphor ReFantazio won.
Oh,
that's narrative.
So that best narrative is best story then, yeah?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah,
and more, and kind of like best acting, I suppose, if you were to.
I'm surprised it wasn't Hellblade then, Hellblade 2, because remember me ripping that to pieces going, it was a bloody movie. For the first 10 minutes, I was like, is this a movie or a game? I just want to play it. I turned it off. Surprised that didn't win. Wow.
Yeah, I thought it might win too, because a lot of people were behind it. But now I'm curious about Metaphor, because I haven't played it. So, I mean, it looks anime style. So, I don't know. I'll have to take a look at it.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So the next one, if you would be best art direction. So I guess basically how well the game looked, in all its story and in all the artwork to back up the story and the look and feel. So we'll go with the nominees again, and that was of course Astrobot again, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Tree, Shadow of the Erdtree, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Neva. Looks like an independent game, I think. Out of that, the winner was Metaphor ReFantazio again. Okay. So now it's won best art direction and best narrative. So there's something behind this game. So we might have to give it a try and see what's what with it.
Yeah, possibly. Right?
And let's see what the next category we want to go to. Best score and music's always good. So let's see what that was all about. Okay, so Astrobot again, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I sound like I'm repeating everything. Metaphor ReFantazio, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade.
You should just say copy and paste.
Yeah, kind of. Stellar Blade is the new one put up there, so that's different. So the one that won best score in music was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
It does sound pretty epic. That I must admit, I don't like the Final Fantasy games. I've never really been into them, but this one is different. You know that? What is that? It's like XCOM, isn't it? What is that format called where you kind of when you kind of do the dash forward and you attack? It's like turn-based strategy. Is it turn-based strategy? Final Fantasy is a bit like that, but this one is open world, and I would maybe be tempted to get that because I don't like the turn-based strategy. It's just dull. But to each their own. You know.
Yeah, that might be interesting. Then I'll take a look at it. And then let's pick out. Let's pick out a category that we like from here. As soon as I get the second mistake. Hold on, I'm getting it. Hold on, what did I close? I closed the wrong thing, and now all of a sudden it's gone. Hold on, I'm getting it back. Here we go.
That's just the way it goes.
It's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
From here, you guys can tell me what you think or what we should pick. There's best audio design, best performance, games for impact.
Best performance.
Okay. Let's see what that's all about. Okay, so best performance is Brianna White, which she did the voice for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Hannah Tell, which did Life is Strange, Double Exposure. Kimberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws. I can't believe that got nominated for anything, but anyway.
Yeah. The worst ever.
Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2. And Melina Juergens, Senua Saga, Hellblade 2.
Oh God, that Hellblade again, man.
Silent Hill.
Nope.
Silent Hill, yeah, go for it.
Senua Saga, Hellblade 2.
Oh
no!
Best performance.
These guys must have been on something.
I mean, to be fair, right? See when you watch her, right? See when you watch her. I do this often, and Gray does it as well. I think if you're on camera a lot, listen to us, man. When you're doing podcasts a lot like we are, your eyes get tired and fatigued, so you'll see Gray and I kind of like just refreshing their eyes because, especially Gray with specs on, so it's fatigue. It's very tiring in your eyes. But if you watch the video for her, the trailer at the very start for ages, she's just standing in the middle of a room going like kind of something in Norse mythology, and she's kind of going like this, and I'm like, whoa, you're a spooky bitch, man. What is that all about? So I'm like, she deserves a medal for that. Come on, man. That was epic. That cracked me up. That's amusing.
All right, so let's see if there's anything else that's well, best independent game. Want to hear that one?
Yeah, of course. They deserve their limelight.
Let's go with best independent. So the independents for Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei, and the Laser Eyes. I love that name. That's great.
Say that 10 times while pissed.
Yeah. Neva, whatever, and UFO 50. I don't know, but
Animal Well.
The winner was Balatro.
Oh, listen, this game is on Game Pass, and it's an adult card game. We need to try it, boys, because it's up for so many categories that it really, really beat it. And you know, it's one guy that made that. One guy made that game.
Yeah, I'm not usually into the card games, but I'm as impressed that it was nominated so many times for different things. I'm thinking like, got to be something different then, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really do card gamey games. You know, like they have something going on, and then you have cards to click on.
Yeah, well, look at Gwent from Witcher 3. It turned into a video card game, and now they're putting out a board game of Gwent and actual real cards and stuff. So it's kind of like, let's see, the best ongoing games for Impact. Not really sure what that means. Here we go. Best VR AR. We got to do this for Matt especially.
Yeah.
Why not?
So let's see what that one is.
Invisible Guns.
The nominees were Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening. And the winner was
probably Metro, but I prefer it was Batman.
Cool. Batman won.
Yeah.
Okay,
good, there you go.
Yeah.
Not bad, huh?
Saying that, I'm looking forward to doing the Aliens one later.
I'm looking forward to hearing because you've talked Alien games already, Matt. So I'll look for some more in-depth information when you get to that.
Yeah.
If you want to cover anything else, like there's there's
Hello, Jedi. How are you? Sorry.
This I don't understand. Best action game, that's a category, but then the next category is best action adventure.
So they got to really.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I thought action is an adventure. I thought adventure is an action. Unless the action game is a fighting game or a sexy time game or what I don't.
More actiony, quick draw style, fighter style, shooter.
Well, the genres are blended together.
Not because they have best fighting game as well.
Oh, have they?
No. I don't like fighting games. None of us like fighting games.
Sim or strategy game as well. I mean, it's all here.
Right. So, all good.
Best RPG.
Oh,
you guys want to hear any of these? Or are you categorized out? Adventure. Action adventure, according to this.
Action adventure. Go on, yes. Sci-fi.
All right. Let's see what we got. Astrobot, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws.
Nope.
Okay.
Get that out.
The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. So what do you think won?
First one.
Astrobot, correct.
Astrobot, yeah.
That makes
nice.
We're skipping around, but that's already 4 categories, I believe. It's one.
I think it wins in every category it's nominated in, I believe.
Maybe. If that's the case, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Any others, or do you want to call it a day on that?
Yeah.
All right, we'll call it a day on that. There's too many categories. Don't do too much. The last thing is Valve has done the 3rd Steam replay, and basically what that means is that when you come out, goes over what you've been doing in your games for the year and puts up some stats and stuff of what you've been doing. Now, the only thing is, and I'm going to try it again now to see if it works. I went into it a couple of different times over the last couple of hours, and it won't load.
Oh, no?
And Steam comes on and goes like, we're sorry. Try again later.
I've had problems with Steam all day. Yeah.
So I'm going to click it now, and I'm going to see whether it loads. Nope. Oops, sorry. Try again later.
Yeah. I think there's a mass of people buying the Aliens VR game on there.
Something, because it just won't. Yeah, we ran into an error while loading this Steam replay. I was kind of looking forward to see what the heck was going to be on it. So unfortunately, I was going to try to do something with this on the podcast today to go over with you guys, but it ain't happening. So much for that. But
yeah, Steam's having a bit of a wiggle.
If anybody wants to know and you have a Steam account, don't do it today. Wait a couple of days and then go back into it, and apparently it gives you all the stats of what you've been doing and what you've been playing and how many hours, and all that kind of stuff. Ubisoft used to do that. Not this time. I don't think they're doing it, but they did it for like 2 years in a row, and theirs looked slick, man. It was really nice. I brought it up, and I actually recorded one from a couple of years ago that I still have somewhere. It was really well done. But anyway, we will go on, and we're going to feature Matt now because he's going to cover some hardware and tech news. So take it away, Mr. Matt.
Yeah, okay. So I will. I was doing a look at the Intel's Arc B58. Oh, sorry, 580 GPU that they were bringing out and launching. So I was looking at how much of a performance it has between the RTX 4060, which is only about 10% increase, which is not much at all, especially when you go towards our card as well, which we'll get into. So this GPU is aimed at providing a competitive option for a mid-range, beginner's class, I would say, graphics card for there. It's done on the Battle Mage architecture. It was pretty much designed to have 1440p gaming and offers AI-driven technology like XCSS, which is Z super sampling for enhanced frame rates. So the GPU itself has 2,560 cores, 20 of the ray tracing cores. It's a 12 gigabyte memory card there with a speed of 19 gigabytes on the speed. The boost clock can go up to 2,670, so up by 10 there, with a power consumption of 190 watts. Not 900 watts, could you imagine that? My goodness.
90 watts? That's all. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. So there you go. The display outputs, because I'm always looking for a graphics card that at least has at least 2 HDMI or at least DVI, DP. Yeah, that's it on there. So this one has 1 HDMI 2.1 and 3 display ports 2.1. The PCI interface of 4.0 times 8. These cards are quite slimlined. There's a few different versions of them. Let me grab this so I can share. Because I was looking at the 40-hour cards, 4070 on there. Let me just have a look here.
So they're basically just mid-range cards then, Matt. Are Intel ever going to compete towards the top end of graphics cards? Are they just going to be known as mid-range boys?
Beginning to mid-range so far. I mean, they have got other versions, but the most is slimline. I think they're going to try to get to the higher class ones, but I think at the moment what they have is
the problems they're having mid-range. Just now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's probably the safe bet there. So from this graph here, just on there, if anybody's looking there, I've got the ARC B580 and our cards, the 4070 overclock.
I don't have a peasant card. I've got 4080 Super, thank you.
Well, you know.
Two.
Hey, I have a 4070 Super. I don't consider that peasant.
I'm joking. I just listen. I'm compensating. Mine has to be bigger than yours in some respects. So
I get it.
Yeah,
It's
so
like that 89-inch television you have or whatever it is.
Yeah, so anything from the 4070, you are going to be laughing because, as you can see by there, you got so much more going for it. So, yeah, I was just trying to check to see what they have. I think they class it, was it anything lower than the 4060 basic, then it's okay.
What's the cost, Matt? What's the cost roughly of them?
250.
Wow,
£250. Yeah, not bad.
No, dollars. So what's a 4070 then?
4070 is
More.
about 600.
Holy smokes! Right,
everybody buy the Arc
yeah.
if you're on a budget.
Yeah, if you really want to. It does say that you can get you can play on really good settings. Borderlands, Resident Evil 4, Cyberpunk, yeah, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and a couple others with a little bit of a tweak here and there. Yeah, I mean, it's not really for me. I don't think I'd ever get one. Not even if I did like a new starter build for anybody. I think I'd probably go, what, save that 200 and put it towards better. So yeah, it's good for somebody who's really starting out and they're not really going to be doing as much gaming. So somebody's that like their games are like Fortnite or what have you, then yeah, that'll pretty much do you. But yeah, there you go.
At least you can afford to build your kid a computer now.
Absolutely, yeah. I thought I had just pictures of what the card looks like, because I have to say the card does look really nice. It looks slick. But
I'll drop it in on the vid podcast.
It's a cool. It's a cool picture design. Yeah, what is Taro? Why would it be a PCI Express 3.0 slot? Did you mention something about PCI Express 3.0, Matt?
4.0.
You got that in your PC? No, but he's talking about 3.0.
3.
Why would you put that in there? I mean, you might have an older computer, but that's pretty old now, PCI Express 3.0, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, because it would. It is a lower speed one, especially if you've got something else on top.
That's what it runs on? Or that's what you have to put it on?
No, that's what I'm asking why Taro mentioned that then, because I'm sure he knows what he's talking about when it comes to computers, so he builds them. That's that's the best place to go, guys, in the UK for your custom build computers. Older PC. Yeah, well, if you put an older PC,
one just arrived in the mail for me. No, I'm kidding.
Then you're a mug. No, it would arrive in the post for me or Matt. What are you kidding, man? We're in the UK. Behave yourself.
Yeah, so we're looking at like an older, what's a 5-year PC, I guess.
At least,
yeah.
Might be. Okay.
Or Charles said older.
Older PC.
Be like Alienware or something, maybe.
I can just mention, I guess it won't be a widespread issue, but worth noting if you have an old PC.
Yeah, I mean, they did say that there were problems with the bandwidth issues and driver problems, even though Intel have said that, we don't know of any issues at all there. It does create quite a few game crashes, stuttering, inconsistent frame rates, which is totally what the card is totally supposed to battle. Audio dropouts as well has been reported as well. Especially when you've got looking at a 12 gigabyte VRAM on there. So yeah, I can see why.
They're the place to Intel's card then is if you're the mid-range guys or you're a mid-range gamer like 1440p, go with this because it's the best bang for your buck. And it sounds like the best value. And Taro's right as well. Like, if you have an older PC, that would be a bit of a waste. It would be.
Yeah.
It would be. Oh, interesting. I mean, I need usually the latest card or the one down from it, just because we're enthusiasts here. So.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be when we could afford it that we'd always get the top line card. Now the top line card is so freaking expensive. I'm going
to run out of organs at this rate, boys. To be fair, and another reason as well. The Intel are very good at their encoders. What is it? It's the encoder for video, I think. One encoders for video. I can't remember what it's called. But they're very good and very efficient at that. The best of all the cards, actually. So that's worth noting as well. I wouldn't buy it. I don't think any of you boys would buy it, but it's still good value for what it is, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's people out there that can't afford what an enthusiast would afford. And for them, they can at least play at a decent level. So, that's good. At least it's better than the onboard graphics, and stuff, so they can do better.
This is very true. This is very true.
Yeah, I
What's
can
the next
see
thing there,
anywhere
Matt?
Dell jumping up on there.
I want to hear about Win 11 troubles. It's already had enough troubles. What are you doing now?
I don't
it's
have
just an
problems
ocean.
It's just you boys. I don't have problems with Windows 11.
I haven't got any problems. Do I look like I got any problems?
There's a lot of
I
people.
problems. Do I look like
man,
a puppet?
But the bitch ain't one. Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
There's more people that you think that definitely are having problems with it, though.
Yeah. So quite a few gamers have reported on the latest Windows 11 update. Was it the 24H2? Drivers there causing color issues to be displayed incorrectly, crashing games. Microsoft have acknowledged that there is issues and recommend that people turn off their auto HDR feature until there is a fixed release.
Embarrassing.
It is. I mean, there's quite a few issues with Windows 11 as it goes, from audio, drivers, things like that. What's the camera issues, audio, where it's just going mayhem, deleting drivers, disabling them automatically because it doesn't think that you're using them, which was happening to my network card, I think it was. Yeah. So I had to disable quite a few things there in the settings itself. So, turn off those auto updates for the time being. Or revert if you can.
Or forever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Skip Windows 11. Go on to the next one.
Look, there are more people using Windows 10 and don't want to go backwards, and they're willing to pay the $30 fee at the end of the year to get another year's worth of tech support.
Yeah,
so that's telling you right there that
how about not just keep staying Windows 10 and don't pay for any tech support?
Absolutely, just stay there. It's fine. Just look after it yourself. There you go. Funny enough, I was doing off-domain laptop for someone on a Windows 11. And you know how Windows 10 you can say you don't have internet or anything, so you can continue doing the local user account. So Windows 11 has disabled that feature.
I know how to get around it.
You do? Me too. Yeah.
Are you going to tell us? Are you going to tell us and leave us in suspense?
Nah, it's an IT support desk secret.
Yeah. Call us.
Secret.
Call us. Yeah.
Secret.
So there you go. So pretty much, you just go to the command prompt, Shift F10 when you get to that point, and then type in the command. Oh, what was it? I can't remember now. What was it? I did it today as well because I had to. Trev, what is it?
Longer.
It is a secret.
What's the question?
There you put in OOBE / and then pass NRO. Press enter there. It will restart it, and then it will give you the option afterwards once it tells you to go through that way. So it's an absolute pain because I was trying to do it for an emergency. I think it was yesterday, and I kept trying to tell my boss it's not going to happen because there's problems. Today I finally found a way around it. So there you go.
Really quickly before Matt talks about, or Gray talks about Trub's question, apologies. Really random, massive side tangent. Did you know there's a game out there called Granny Simulator?
Granny Simulator.
I don't doubt anything anymore.
On one of my other screens, because what I do is I keep an eye on Twitch and YouTube. Between Matt and I, we keep an eye on Twitch and YouTube chat because we don't see notifications come through like Prime subs and things like that with the Riverside, so we keep an eye on it. And I saw someone else streaming that I know. I won't say who it is because they all go over there and whatever. But someone's playing a game called Granny Simulator.
Granny Simulator.
You love that, don't you? And she's sitting there knitting and like, what the?
Why wasn't that on the awards? That would have been worth it.
I would buy that for $1.
Yeah.
I don't doubt anything, like I said before, because there's just so many games out now that just whatever simulator. I mean, when they came out with Power Wash Simulator, I knew it could be anything then.
Yeah.
When is Gray Simulator coming out?
I don't know.
We're playing it now.
Mine's too difficult to make. I'd have to get some really good coders.
Or Care Home Simulator, like my comment on my lower thirds comment that I put there. Should Gray be in a care home? Like that could be answered in.
Well, you saw my answer. I put them under my name.
I care about home.
I care about home.
You missed that one.
Wow.
That was quick. That was good.
It was quick. Although I don't know about the answer, but okay.
Now here's I don't have an AI corner today, but something you said was interesting. I mean, give it another 6 months, and basically all three of us can be AI, and no one would know. We all be talking about stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like, wow, that sounds good, but they got stuck at one point when they went.
Yeah.
Oh man. Or let's just say like two of us are on, and Trev says he has to go on vacation. No problem. AI Trev.
Yeah.
Oh no, it would just be horrible. It'd be
double the viewers.
Stereotypical. It would be like you get a special guest appearance from Groundskeeper Willie or something.
Yeah, that's it.
We should do that. Family Guy, Griffin.
Wait, what was that about Willie?
Or Fat Bastard from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, well, that'd be interesting. Yeah, there you go. We could have Mini-Me on.
Yeah, there we go.
Mini Trev.
Any special requests, please let us know. Yeah,
we'd all be Mini. We'd all be Mini, just on the screen. we would fit in the entire frame of the shot instead of just our head.
Anyway, Trump has a question which you boys can answer or comment on, because I don't play the game.
Trub is a Discord member for a very long time, and he plays Elite Dangerous a lot. I did play a lot until I got to the point where it was, and many people actually thought this, that it got to be too samey-wamey. It was nothing new coming out. Everything was boring unless you were totally story-driven, meaning like lore printed stuff. There was nothing really new coming out. And one of the things that we'd always talked about is it would really be fun if one day the game would actually let the players go out into the black, into the solar system, into the rest of the galaxy.
That's AKA space, by the way.
Space. And basically go to any planet they wanted and basically be able to colonize it, build a space station, da-da-da-da. And I thought, wow, that'll never happen. And all of a sudden, after about a year and a half, maybe longer, I forget, they came out with an announcement and said that they are going to have an update coming in early 2025. You will finally be able to go out of the bubble, go where you want, colonize a planet, build your own space station, the works. And I'm sitting there going like, cool. So once that happens, I definitely want to get back into the game. So Trub decided to ask a question, and he was saying that after 10 years of the game, he's still amazed at the graphics, effects, and realization of the solar system and an alien creature. He was looking for the Thargoid Titan, which was a storyline that they had going. It's not that easy to get to, but you can get to it finally and confront it. So he finally did. It was very challenging, he said, but he was so surprised at how well it looked, how the trip over there looked fantastic, how the creature itself looked fantastic. And he basically said that he really would like to give the coders his respect on how well it looked. That brought about a question for us, and he was saying, what graphical effect have you seen as a wow factor? Posing this question to us. Now, it doesn't have to be obviously Elite Dangerous. It can be any game, but it has to be a graphical effect as wow. It could be on a good game. It could be on a bad game if it was something that impressed you that much. And I'm trying to think of, there's been things.
That's like asking, what needle in the haystack did you like the most? Trump, that is such a specific, hard question. If I could change the rules a little bit and say a game that I like that was stunning graphics wise, that maybe was a bit older.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because there's some games that are older that still look good. Like we've been playing Rust a bit recently. It's an 11-year-old game. I think it looks good for what it is. The other examples, Destiny 2 is 7-8 years old. I think it looks good for what it is. So I can't think of a graphical effect per se, unless something in a game. I mean, I tell you what doesn't win it. Star Trek Online, the planetary stuff.
That's sad. That's so sad.
That's the worst graphical
effect.
Such
a letdown. No, it's not as bad as Outlaws, but bad enough.
If it's in space, it's fine, because that still holds its own. But as soon as they get on the planet, they just shit the bed.
Yeah, I think if we broaden it out, like you said, as far as an individual effect, it would be hard. But I guess in terms of what really amazed me, and maybe it doesn't seem as amazing now, but what I remember the day that I transitioned from a NVIDIA 980 to an NVIDIA 1080, which has been an amazing card for many, many years, and one of their biggest success stories. So I was playing Shadow of Mordor, the first one, and it looked great on a 980 at the time. But when I put the 1080 in, wow, I almost fell off my chair. I couldn't believe how good it looked. And I think that's been probably the most stunning thing that I had seen. I mean, it was just like night and day. And I'm going like, wow, I didn't even think graphics could look that good at that time. And I'm just like, holy, and I played so many hours in the game just and staring at everything. It's like, oh, that looks like a cool enemy, and I'm dead.
Yeah. That's it. You just and then
he's dead. Exactly. Yeah. So that was probably the biggest impression, like all at once, that I can remember. There's been many other things in other games, but that just really, the day that happened, it was just like, holy Toledo. And I was just like, wow. And ever since then, it's been uphill from there.
Yeah.
So do you guys have a graphical effect in a game that stands out, or just like, or a game?
Arma 3's environment visuals were looking really good at the beginning. At the start of Arma 3, when that came out, I was very impressed with that, especially with the lighting effects. Recently, I would probably say the quantum jumps in Star Citizen are looking kind of sweet, especially with, I think when at the time, well, the visuals of the ship, of course, as well. It was when I manually was going into a planet rather than using the quantum aspect, and you could actually see the flames coming off your ship, sort of thing, when you're entering atmosphere. And then seeing the raindrops and all that when you're going through clouds. That was pretty nice. I love that. That was pretty awesome. There you go.
Great.
Sometimes, well, I said mine, but sometimes I think that when I see certain effects like that, like you're mentioning on Star Citizen, and I start thinking like, why couldn't they do that in, let's say, a Star Trek Online game? Why couldn't they do that in this game? Why couldn't they do that in that game? And when you look at games that are even like, I've been getting back into a couple of other games like Enshrouded recently, and I haven't gotten to the new update yet, but I have gotten to the prior update. And when you see,
just got to the last one. Wow.
Well, the last one was very small because it was just introduced the tree biome and the people that live in the trees and stuff.
Completely ages ago.
The big one is the one that just came out, which I will play. But the point is I went back to it and I'm going like, wow, a small team made this thing look really good, and why couldn't X do this? Why couldn't X do that? You know, even going as far as the Star Wars Outlaw, when you see, and worse than that, actually, would be more like Starfield. And Starfield's models are just so boring and old looking and like, bleh. And I'm sitting there going like, how do you do that? I don't get it.
Yeah, their asset management's not the best. It's you either design your own or you reuse your own in new games, or the other option is to buy assets from, say, like the Unreal store or something.
Yeah,
it's what a lot of people do to save them time. So that's probably why it's all their own assets they use over and over again, because
I think you brought up a good point. I think in general there is a glut of that going on lately, and there was a really good. I'd have to try to get a hold of the video and show you guys. It was highly technical, and I had a hard time keeping up. I mean, really technical. Every other word was something like I had to look up in a dictionary, or whatever. But I got the gist of what he was talking about, and I got to give credit that he really did an in-depth discovery or expose, whatever you want to call it, of the industry. And I was listening to things that I thought were rather shocking. They were saying that there was more games than you think where they've gone back on the older assets and they haven't fleshed them out like they should be doing, just cut corners. So there are more gaming companies out there than that are cutting corners on every game that comes out. And that's the reason why we've been noticing, now that it's kind of caught up with everything, we've been noticing things like this, that why isn't this better? Why could that not be better? Why were the graphics on XYZ game 8 years ago look as good or better than today's? And we're all passing it off as like, I guess the artist isn't as good or whatever, and that could be part of it, but it's more according to this. And when I'll try to get to the video and report on it again, but it was amazing. He was actually showing examples of stuff that they do. It's almost like give you a good example, like let's say you had to do something like 100 drawings of a scene through CG or whatever to make the scene look proper, good, up to snuff, latest tech, and all that stuff. Instead of doing that, they would make half that amount, and then the other half they would just sit there and copy paste. And so the overall quality of the entire thing suffers because they just want to get it done. And that is why some of the games that come out suffer so much, because you're sitting there scratching your head as to why does it look like this? You know, it's gotten weird, but that didn't change the fact that they upped the price of the games and are giving us worse quality. So, you know, I understand raising the price, but if you're going to raise the price, I want the quality to be raised right along with it, you know, or at least don't go down.
That will never happen.
Yeah, of course.
We know that.
Well, yeah, but then the smaller guys, like the ones that did Enshrouded and even a couple of other games, they did it. I mean, so it's not that it's not impossible, you know, or whatever, but we'll see. Anyway, Trev's up because Trev's gotten hard. I mean, in the hard corner, and he wants to talk about
this. Nearly passed out. It was that bad.
So we're going to learn a little more about some hardware stuff that's been going on. So take it away, Mr. Trev.
Go for it.
Yeah, Gray was very sneaky and gave me this. But to be fair, it was a good article all the same, and pretty interesting. I guess I get pretty sad and geeky about this kind of thing. And it was around Intel outlines the performance fixes for the Arrow Lake CPUs. We knew of the issues that they had before. They brought out these chips that were going to compete with AMD on their end of their latest chips. But when they came out, they were just, the reviews were smashing them up basically because they were saying it wasn't as good as it should be. Yes, it was using less power than it once did, and it was more efficient, but it wasn't providing the same oomph as it once did. So what they'll do is it's essentially microcode, right? Is what they tend to release microcode, the CPU manufacturers, when they've got issues with the chip, like at the kernel level and whatnot. And that usually resolves the issues they've got here, to be fair. And the main one that we're seeing the biggest issues with was the Core Ultra 9 285K. I know it's a mouthful. It's just an awful bloody name, but that is Intel for you. Should have just called it the 15th gen. Like, honestly, just call it the 15th gen. So
I had to put up that comment.
Yeah.
Carl Jedi Bish goes, and shitification. It's happening across the board.
That is a great word, mate. We are going to steal it. We're going to patent that.
Going to copy it, write it quick.
100%, man. The geniuses are the ones that borrow other ideas. So basically, Intel came out, and this is a little article we've got here. They're saying at the end of the day, there were 4 root issues that we needed to address, and the fixes for these are actually already in the field right now. The chap's name's Robert Hallock. He's Intel's VP and GM of fixing the ball ache that they've got at the moment. Technical marketing guru, basically. They'll be coming out over the last 2 weeks or so in dribs and drabs, and a lot of the time you don't notice because they're released in with like big Windows updates, so you won't actually notice it a lot of the time. So you probably didn't notice them coming down, but you might hopefully notice a performance issue with these chips. Now, the thing is, this has taken them weeks to get to this level. They've been working this for ages. I'm really surprised it took them this long, but with the problems they've been encountering recently, I'm not really surprised. They had to actually get to the bottom of this. One issue he goes on to talk about was mistimed update. Now, as we know, boys, there's nothing worse than mistiming. Do you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. It can be embarrassing. Think Jim from American Pie, right? It's embarrassing, right? It was supposed to optimize Windows processor power management, PPM, for the...
Wait, PPM, that's not PSSR. Just want to make clear.
No, that's not PISSR. No. Don't get mixed up with your PISSRs and your PPMs. And that was across the 200 series chips that have got out, and it adjusts the performance of the CPU based on the current power plan, such as balance, high performance, etc. Instead of releasing this PPM update before reviewers got their hands on the chips, which is most important, Intel said it scheduled the update to go out when it became widely available. This may have caused reviewers to see worse than expected performance. Of course, no shit, Sherlock. Due to the missing PPM update, Intel's application that's called Performance Boosting, Performance Optimizer. That's a mouthful, man. APO for short. Couldn't take effect in games, which is what it was aimed at, mostly this chip at the high end for gamers, because you were noticing other good effects in multimedia games, multimedia applications, editing and whatnot. You were seeing a difference there, but not in the gaming side of things. So it was the figures were often misconfigured and inaccurate. So that's why reviewers basically slated it. And as I touched on before, I was basically getting ahead of myself, but the Windows 11 builds 26100.2161. If you're a geek and you like kind of build numbers, some people like that.
I was going to say Captain's Log. Here we go.
I should have actually, Captain's Log 26100.2161.
You can see. Shatner comes on and goes, Windows 11 doc 2.16.
The USS EGP. That's the build number, because some people are sad like that, Grain, and will actually get into the minutiae of build numbers. See, when they're doing it for iPhone updates, there's this guy I used to watch, but I don't anymore because he copies and pastes all the time. He will talk about, oh yeah, the build number is 1, blah, 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 and you're just like, why, man?
Yeah.
Anyway, so a big Windows update that comes out, it's already included in that. That's what they do a lot of the time. You have to kind of actually actively turn that off. That should be resolving things. And it would also, there was a blue screen. I don't know if you boys don't have this because you don't have the chip. There is a blue screen of death you get with Star Wars Outlaws. Now you don't have the chip.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer that.
That's an advance on the game, man.
Oh, thank God. Yeah. Woo. Oh, this looks gorgeous. Look at the graphics on this. Whoa.
Can you imagine you're in the middle of a mission that really sucks and then all of a sudden...
And the award for best graphics.
God.
Oh, I can imagine, boys. I can imagine. That was that. It's about time. It's another... It's more shenanigans from Intel. It's another screw up from them. They've taken forever to fix it. I mean, they're too big to go bust, but...
That's because it's because one of the hamsters left the wheel, so they really had a hard time.
Another hamster died.
It's embarrassing, man. It really is. Like,
plugged up the machine.
So anyway, that's the more geeky technical stuff. I try and minimize when I talk about Switch 2 stuff, believe it or not, because I'm sick of hearing about it in the news and reviews.
I've got a question about the Switch 2. What's the little C button for?
See you next Tuesday.
Ooh.
It's the see you next Tuesday button.
Yeah,
it's the see you next Tuesday button.
You would hear that joke on Trev's Hardcore.
Yeah,
you would. Yeah, of course. Well, it's aptly named, isn't it? I think. Well, actually, this was not in the news article I had here, but some guy has said, and I read it, and you take what you see in the Reddit with a large pinch of fact, the whole bloody tub of salt, boys. Let's not be around the bush. That he's seen the Switch 2, he's got a Switch 2, he's played it, he's tested it, he will be revealing it. It was either Christmas Day, I think it was Christmas Day, or like the last day of the year, he's going to announce it, and everyone's like, BS, right? Absolutely BS. But then the mod of this Switch channel said, no, I've seen it. I can corroborate this. It's a real thing. All right, okay, we'll believe it when we see it. He obviously go to jail and get sued within an inch of his life from Nintendo.
Yeah.
But
that's why he's living in the Arctic right now.
Oh, you're not safe there anymore, man. Not with Starlink. They'll just track you.
That's it.
I think they'll probably announce this in January and maybe release it in March or something. I'm hoping so. Otherwise, it doesn't come out till like May, which sucks. But they're saying the dock that it's going to come in. Just now, the Switch goes in a dock, but the dock doesn't really do anything for it apart from connect it to a TV. Yeah. This dock is going to have DLSS built into it, and it's going to be a bigger dock. It's going to allow it to up its resolution, and there was rumours that it could upscale to 4K. But the downside is, and I don't know if I call it a downside, I call it realistic behaviour, is it will only run at 4K 30. And everyone's like, oh, what? I consider that actually a win, an improvement.
Yeah, I mean, for those kind of games, I don't think you really need it, right?
You're not getting a Switch 2 to run at 4K 60, man. Just not a bloody chance. The PlayStation struggles with it, hence why the PS5 Pro had to be brought out to make that happen. Not happening.
I want to know what employee slipped this guy a Switch 2. I mean, geez, man.
Well, the thing is, right, see if he does announce it on Christmas Day. There's no one in the bloody Nintendo office. They'll all be having their bloody holidays and their stuff in their face with turkey. I mean, I don't know what they do at Christmas Day in Japan. Maybe they stuff their faces with turkey, or I don't know, something else. I don't know.
Sushi.
I don't know what the cut. Yeah. Well, we can't be stereotypical now, Gray.
Turkey feet.
I could have said that.
That'd be turkey roll. You know, sushi, piece turkey in the middle.
Turkey sashimi.
I mean, it could be turkey sashimi. I don't think so. You die from that.
Yeah. They have chicken sashimi.
Rob, yeah, right. It's cooked, dude. It isn't sashimi.
Vaguely cooked.
I can just roll it. Yeah. The bird wasn't cooked, and we died from. Oh, God.
He died. Yeah, he literally shit himself to death.
Yeah, there you go.
Exploded.
This raw stuff right here.
Chicken shit. No joking.
So we keep your eyes on Twitter X on Christmas Day, boys.
See what they do with the turkeys. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's see, indeed. Yeah. Right, just a mini hard corner for me this week, boys. Before I pass out, you've got some game news, Matt. I think you're shooting up now.
So Aliens Rogue Incursion is out now on Steam, PC. Yeah. It's not on Meta yet. That's coming. I think that's coming in January, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're mentioning that. They said it could be any of the first 3 months in 2025.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous.
I do too.
But saying that, you can connect your quests to Air on Steam, so you can actually still play it on Quest. I'm going to be testing that out later on to play that because I've already just bought it. There is a £3 difference in the price though between the Quest and Steam and other places there. So
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's yeah. I mean, it looks like a great game. I'm looking forward to it. So there you go.
So you installed it and all? Or
yeah. That's what I've been doing since we've been
streaming. So that means next podcast you'll be able to talk about it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be playing the doobries out of that.
Cool.
The what now?
The doobries out of it.
Oh, okay.
Doobries or debris?
The doobries. That too. Yeah. I'll play anything out of anything.
Okay.
So there you go. Yeah.
All right. What's the next game?
Yeah. So the next little bit of news is Helldivers 2. So the developers of Helldivers 2, Arrowhead Games, they have decided to give all the players the next week's Killzone items for free. Starting today. That for your apples, and this is quoted for the 19th.
I've got that game, Matt. I've never played it.
I've never played it.
I haven't either. Actually,
I haven't even got it.
Have you got it, Greg?
I will get it though because it does it looks sharpish. It looks nice. I know Scythe has it, and he plays the buggeries out of it. There's
a lot of when it first came out, there was a lot of players playing it. It's come down some since then, but it's still a lot of players.
It's still got good gameplay there. Yeah, so this decision comes after a big backlash over the pricing of these items because they were considerable amounts of money. I'm not sure how much more money, but it was a lot.
It's like the cosmetics, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the free items that will be included is a Killzone-themed armor set, assault rifle, a banner, a cape. Everybody loves a cape. I need a cape.
Oh, hell yeah.
And, of course, player title as well. Now, originally, these were meant to be sold as part of the crossover between the second wave next week. Arrowhead Games have extended the duration of the items currently in the Superstore from 5 days to 10 days to give players more time to obtain them. They're also working on ways to bring the Killzone items back permanently so you don't lose them. So that'd be quite interesting. That'd be quite good as well. I wonder if I can buy it and then get them for free. That'd be awesome. Or do new players have to pay? Who knows? So yeah, additionally, the WASP stratagem will be available to all players to unlock via the major. A major.
A major?
A major.
That's a chord on the guitar.
So
It is, yeah. So once you play that tune, they'll be singing.
You're good. You're good.
There you go.
Well, speaking of cosmetics, I want to get your guys' opinion on this. I used to think I'm not super big into cosmetics. I mean, a couple things here and there, but there's a lot of people that are, and
yeah,
I used to think that was kind of, I don't know, not really all that interesting. But then I started thinking about it. They make a lot of money on the cosmetics, and if in turn they could use the money to keep the price down on the games, number one, and use the money hopefully to actually make the game better, then I say sell as many cosmetics as you can.
Yeah, you will get donkeys that will buy them.
Because technically that's gonna help us.
Yeah,
that maybe aren't as big into cosmetics. I was looking at Rust cosmetics for the hell of it when we were playing the other day, the three of us.
You get free ones during the Twitch drops. I think they're on there now. Christmas drops.
I know. Yeah. But I was just curious as what they were charging. Some of them were very reasonable, like $2, $3. But then there was a couple
of them were like
$1,000, $10.
The top Rust skins are like $1,000 each.
Man, I was just like, wow, I don't think I want to spend $8, $10 on that. I mean, maybe
a good way of getting a new graphics card, 5090.
Boys, listen, I was for the longest time never into skins. I thought they were a waste of time, like loot boxes.
Same.
But that was my favourite game. It's the one I've got the most hours in. So I didn't mind as much getting skins in that because I enjoyed it. I put some of the skins in some of the games and some of the items I was giving the boys just for shits and giggles. And just because it's a laugh, and you can actually sell some of them on and make a profit.
I would never buy skins.
Trev, you brought up something that's interesting. I was just for the heck of it. I know. Well, well, in that case, I won't mention it. No, I'll like it. Anyway, I was searching, and just by whatever, I was looking at servers and stuff, and just out of curiosity, and so I put in like a Rust server just for the heck of it, and something came up. Now, granted, this was about a 5-year-old post. But these people were talking about, hey man, you should start a Rust server because you can make good money, and I'm going like, what good money? And they're all talking about this, and I'm like, what? So, dude, what do you know about that? I don't understand what they meant.
Yeah. They made it's if you have a really good. This is it. Gray wanted us to get. We were playing Rust again recently, and I was trying to get the boys to ready to do like a red puzzle, and if you know Rust, that's the hardest type of room in it. Yeah, but we never even done that because it was taking too long. We went to, it's a custom modded server. So we went to this basically splitty snowman firing range or whatever. I had lots of NCPs in non-playable characters. I always get that one mixed up, NPCs. And they were absolutely wasting us. So I need to make the boys better armor and guns, which I will do. But in that game, if you have a really good server that's competitive, that's full, that has good atmosphere and people on it, which is hard in a Rust game, you can then start charging for VIP slots. So say it's a 100 pop server, you would buy 120 slot server from the server provider, and 20 of those slots would go to people that paid. And what that would mean is, because if it was mostly full,
they got priority.
Like any server in any game, you would get in there regardless. You would always be guaranteed to get straight in. That happens in the really, like Rustified is a popular provider of servers, and they make money from that. They'll also make money from their website on advertisements and stuff like that. That's the only way to make decent money out of it, Greg, to be honest here. And you have multiple of these. You also need active admins that are fair, that are impartial, that police the. You don't get that in official Rust servers. If you go to the official ones, there's no admins.
Right.
If you go to community, you'll get admins for some part. Modded, it's hit or miss. And that's how you make your money. But it's very hard to do. I tried it. Trust me.
So they're selling slots that are better than the typical slot.
Yeah.
So what are they?
It's not better slots. It's just priority slots, really. You still same game, same situation.
Well, can I give you an example?
I want to know, what does the priority slot mean?
So it's a 100 pop server, right? You go into the server and you're not paying to get in, right? You're using a free slot. You have to queue. You get a queuing system until a slot comes free. on the server, right?
Right.
Now, if you've got a VIP, which is you're paying to get on the server, even if there's a queue to get in, you will get on that server.
Okay.
Because there's an extra hidden 20 slots or 10 or whatever it is for people that pay.
Okay.
Now, on top of that, the server we're playing on, which is modded, which is I tend to not play it often because literally they turned off PvP, which was pointless. It was all PvE really. If you wanted, for example, you could lock the helicopters in that, so no one could get in your helicopters or your horse or your furnace. You could lock them up so no one could get in, right? Which doesn't normally happen unless someone brings it in, like a server admin or a server mod or something.
Right, mod, yeah.
The only way to get around that, and I told Gray this, there was 3 VIP levels of different names they had, and that's how you were able to lock things. And it was the middle one up that you could lock your helicopter and whatnot. And then I told Gray it was like $25 or something.
Right,
but people were paying for that. People were paying for that. So there are other things you can get. It works better in a modded server because you can throw in more things. But in a community server, you can light mod community server, but you can't go to the same depth. So you might not get the same value. Why you would do it is if you're a Rust hardcore player, if you're a Rust hardcore player, you need a good server, you need an active pop, you need it being busy, you need it being policed by admins that are fair and impartial to make it enjoy. So if there's a cheater, they will get rid of them like that, or a hacker or something like that. That's when it's useful for the hardcore players, mate, so they can get into the popular servers and they don't need to queue. You see it in many games, not just Rust. So
yeah, but you know, when you do something like the helicopter, or like you were saying, or that it's lockable, isn't, I guess depending on what you offer for the money, some people are going to go pay to win.
It's not pay to win.
No, you can't.
It's not.
Can you?
No, it's not. If it's a community server, you're not paying to win. You're just getting a guaranteed spot in the server. They're not giving you anything. Although if you're in a modded server,
no, I'm talking about like when the helicopter thing.
But it's modded. It's modded to hell. So people know that. People know that they're going into a modded as hell. But to be fair, they weren't giving you pay to win items. Locking your helicopter isn't pay to win. It's just damn convenient. Everyone gets kits at the start. Remember, we /kit. Everyone gets that, and it's nothing fancy. It's like a little pistol and some clothes and stuff. Everyone gets that, so it's not pay to win in this respect. Rust doesn't do loot boxes. It does skins. And then when it does skins, what they do is some of that goes to, well, Steam gets 30% anyways. We know the other 70%. I think Face Punch, the developers, take 20%, and 50% goes to the developer.
Okay.
The artist, which is very reasonable and fair, something like that. And that's how they make their money. Plus, they bring out DLCs every now and again. Like I was doing dancing and stuff like that in front of the boys. And do I mean in the game or in real life? You'll never know. Maybe it was a FaceTime call. You don't know. But I was dancing in front of the boys, and that's a prop pack. That's a special extra
emoticon or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. And there's a rock paper scissors things that you can play with people. I've got that. I just don't know how to bloody enable it. So there's things like that you can bring in. There's instruments you can play as well. I was putting wallpaper up in the base. The boys are like, "What the hell? You need to pay for that." There's water guns and stuff. You bring all that in. It's stuff that you can get. Yeah, and then you can sell the skins as a person. I've done that. I've sold a bunch of skins in the past to pay for a game on Steam.
Yeah,
but there's no 4 skins there, just normal skins. So just to be clear, right?
I've always thought of the 3 skin, but
many eunuchs are in this world now because of this.
Americans know nothing about that anyway. Let's say later.
I think we should all make a server, and then we should just call it the DCM, damn convenient mods. And that would be
Oh, Gray, can you imagine it? You would mod it to, like, it would be a new game. It would be so inefficient. It would be
no. You just have I would look to you as the guru of that. And what I would do is set up like 20 different mods. Each one just enhances as it goes up the ladder.
Oh my lord! Can you imagine?
Then you could do a mod like have 2 heads because 2 heads are better than 1. So that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
They are. But bear in mind, guys, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but Gray brought it up and I thought it was a good point because we were
Nobody
working.
brought it up, no.
Well, yeah, Gray did.
Yeah.
So let's blame him.
Blame me.
To be fair, we have played it a couple of times. We'll probably play it another couple of times before it wipes on January 2nd. And then I'm hoping to get the boys involved in Black Ops 6 Zombies next month. That could be our game of the month. I'm trying to make more of an effort to game, even though I've got 10 million things to do. So do we all, but you know.
Well, speaking of that, Matt wants to talk about Fallout 76 Ghoul experience.
Yeah.
So what was that about, Matt?
Before, didn't we?
Fallout 76.
You like Fallout 76. Do you know what it is? I gave him this news article because he hardly had any.
I had loads. You deleted it.
I didn't delete anything.
I'm pretending that you are. Nobody can.
You had what?
Nobody can judge.
Go into the history and tell me where I deleted it.
No, we don't have time for that.
Yeah, that's it. We haven't got time. Yeah. Okay.
Someone's got to control these guys.
Yeah, so he does. Yeah. So Fallout 76. Not my favorite out of the 70 Fallouts, I should say.
No.
It's okay. Yeah, but this is quite interesting. I didn't even know this until you put that in there. So I was kind of like, ooh, I can play as the old kinky ghoul. Let's do that.
Kinky ghoul.
Kinky ghoul. That's what I'm putting as. Yeah, I'm going to be calling my character Kinky Doos.
Do you know, Matt? Do you know what ghoulies are?
Ghoulies, yeah.
I've
got problems with my ghoulie. No.
I thought my Celtic brother would know what that is. Carry on. Moving on. Yeah.
Great. What about your ghoulies?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, his ghoulies are down to his ankles, mate. Trust me.
The only ghoulies I know are the ones from horror movies. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you're damn right.
Yeah.
Those are certainly. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so this is launching in early 2025. So I'm guessing maybe February. What do you guys think? Do you think it'd be a February launch?
They did say it was like January, February or something.
Yeah,
I just think it's
February.
Cool.
It is cool.
Talk about their perks. What's good about being a ghoul?
What isn't there to be good about being a ghoul? I mean, come on.
You can watch your skin fall off. And,
absolutely. You get that little nose thing going on.
Nah, you get auto heal and you can auto heal and stuff.
Yeah, but that's only if you got radiation. But I mean, I digress. Right, yeah. So this introduces a new way to experience the wasteland, which I think is well overdue, by allowing players to become ghouls. Actually, ghouls. So here's what you can expect.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, put my teeth back in. Some key features here. Ghoulification quest line.
Ghoulification? Wow. Did you just make that up?
I did not make this up. It's a thing. There we go. Yeah, so you start the level for this to start is at level 50. Players can embark on a quest to become a ghoul, meeting new characters and exploring previously uncharted areas. That's pretty cool. I like that already. I was like, you got unique abilities. So ghouls can have special abilities, including this radiation-based healing and enhanced combat skills. So you can throw yourself at people. Oh, yeah.
Skills.
Yeah. I got skills. Yeah. New interactions. The update adds new interactions with NPCs and factions, with some being more welcoming than others. So I'm guessing, from the TV show and from other ones, you get like some friendly, nice ghouls, and you can play wonderful characters with them or have them as companions. Maybe this will be the other way around where you have like a norm. Who knows? So you got the feral meter. So that is going to be in place for you instead of having the hunger and thirst meter. So you also have the risk of going feral as it depletes, sort of thing. So you get all crazy, as you see there. Cosmetic customization is going to be on there as well. So players can customize how their ghouls appear, including skin textures, eye colors, what bits of your parts drop off or show, where it grows.
Oh, kinky.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let me just take that out of the fridge.
But they can't have a nose, though. You can't be a ghoul with a nose.
No, maybe you can swap it with an ear or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there can be no nose.
Yeah, there you go. So the gameplay experience will show the radiation healing, where you can heal yourself using radiation, making previous hazard area. There we go. Yeah, making previously hazardous areas more accessible. which is always handy. Cool. Yeah, especially when somebody's dropped a nuke and you're like, oh, I need to leg it. This one, you'd be like, take me, baby.
That's right. Suck up the radiation.
So there you go. You got the enhanced combat, which we talked about as well, which you get like fierce berserkers capable of taking down powerful enemies with ease. So I'm guessing your little brotherhood of men, whatever it's called, Iron. Yeah.
Oh, the
Brotherhood of Steel. There we go.
Steel, there you go.
It's coming back to me now. It's coming back to me. Yep. It's also got a good narrative as well. The quest line adds a layer of complexities with the narratives. This adds choices as well that have significant consequences.
Significant.
Yeah, significant.
You do something wrong and your arm falls off.
Significant. Yeah, you lose a toe.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's not in the briefcase anymore. Where you
or
put
you
it.
could lose something else that you really count on. But then again, you're a ghoul, so maybe not.
Yeah. It also promises to shake up the Wasteland experience, offering a fresher perspective for old players and newcomers. Yeah,
you're going to say that. I was waiting for it.
So you got things in common of what's dropping off
and
dropping down. Yeah. He's one of the characters on one of the chairs outside one of the houses.
Yeah.
There you go with a skeleton.
There you go. Take a rocking chair in the game.
Yeah. So yeah, I find this very exciting. I think I might actually play this as a ghoul. I can't even. I think I may have to restart again because I don't even know what level I am. I think I'm 27. I think because I do play a little bit.
I'm about the same actually.
I haven't gotten back to that game in so long. I must be level 3.
I've not played it in ages, boys.
Yeah.
I must admit.
Yeah.
You know what I think is funny about that? But I mean, I think it's a great thing. Don't get me wrong but they're making new stuff for older games, which is cool because they aren't going to be putting out Fallout 5 anytime soon. So
they're going to hand that off to someone else. I think Microsoft are pulling the.
Oh, is it?
Making the decision. They're going to give it. It's not been confirmed, but they were definitely hinting at that. Yeah, because they take absolutely forever to get a game out, and they want to make money. Microsoft, so.
Yeah, well, let's hope that they do it justice and do a really good job.
Hopefully,
yeah. Learn, do something better with it. So I'm gonna have to give this a try when it comes out, hopefully in January. But I'm thinking it's gonna be like a February job. I think there's gonna be quite a few patches in between.
That's a given now.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
fair enough.
I want to watch you play because I just want to see what parts fall off you. So
I want to see the customizations of the ghoul, what you can get.
So, like, if a leg falls off and you go into radiation to heal,
carry it.
What if an arm grows where your leg was?
Yeah,
I mean
something else.
It could be pretty handy then.
Very handy. Yeah. All thumbs. There we go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Will you guys join me in a game of this or
of thumbs?
What do you think? Thumbs. Yeah. We can twiddle together.
If and when there's time, that's the problem.
There's a lot of things to do in between.
I'll have a bit more time over the festive period. Like, I'm pretty much off after this week for the next 2 weeks. So
yeah, I think a lot of people are going to have to start shredding in this game to get their characters to at least level 50, unless they do one of those things where you get a boost and it automatically brings you there.
We never heard of those services.
Yeah. Boys, you've got it. You've got it on Steam. It's on Steam as well. I've got it in Steam, but I downloaded it on Xbox Game Pass so that I could play it with you guys and whatnot, whoever else.
Yeah.
Gray, have you got it on?
Yeah, I played it, but not in ages though. I know I'm not very high on the levels.
I rebought it. That was it, because I think it was on Xbox or some other other thing, and then it went. So then I rebought it again. Which is terrible.
That ghoulie update part of? Is it titled Gleaming Depths? Perchance, great. I think it is, boys, because that's what I'm seeing here when I'm looking at it in Game Pass. I think that's with remember I talked about it a while ago. And I was talking about,
we spoke about that.
Remember the
DLC?
boss man?
Yeah,
there was like a boss in it as well that you get to fight. I'm sure this is like.
I don't think it's a part of it. No.
Oh, is that a separate thing? Well, they got even more content. Like, they're bringing out all this free content to make up for the fact that they made an arse of it at the start.
Yeah, I mean the one that you were talking about, I think, was part of a season rather than a DLC.
Right. Yes.
If I remember correctly from last time. But yeah, this is gonna be a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
All right.
Nice.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that.
That's right. Anytime.
I'm gonna cover just two things in the gaming news. One will be quick. I looked at this and I'll just tell you how much this thing's gonna cost. But apparently they are selling a Black Myth Wukong life-size bust. And I wanted to know what this thing looked like. So I saw a picture of it, and I will say it is gorgeous. It is extremely detailed. They also used like what looks like real hair and real, fur on the monkey man or whatever.
A real monkey was used in the making of this.
That's right. And it looks stunning. It really does look stunning. But then I started looking at the price and I'm going like, yeah, well, that's why it looks stunning. $5,100. Yeah. And I'm going like, wow. That's some pretty coin right there. I don't know how many they're going to sell at that rate, but hey, I mean, if I
had in fan homes,
I can do you a 3D printed one. I've got a massive 3D printer. I can do that for. I will do it. Mates rates £50.
Cool, man. Can you 3D print that hair and everything?
I mean, I'm not seeing a picture of it.
You can borrow some of mine.
To show me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I'll cut my hair off and send it to you.
Well, you're not born any of greys, are you?
No. Yeah, I think the art store in central London has got quite a few going for a lot cheaper. At the exhibitions.
Monkey Man?
No, proper art.
Proper art. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Real stuff.
I thought there was something to it.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's amazing, though. It does look good.
I'm going to go on to the next story, and because I felt I needed to be fair. We've been sliding Star Wars Outlaws a lot, and there's been reasons for it. It deserved to be slighted.
Sorry.
Exactly. So this is Ubisoft has fixed everything wrong with Star Wars Outlaws.
They deleted it.
Yes, exactly. At this
point,
they
erased it from time.
All F4.
So I'm just going to kind of buzz through this quickly. I'm assuming if this is all correct, then it might be worth going back into. Stealth and speeders were annoying, but now they're fine. So apparently you're going to be able to not have issues anymore. The stealth encounters were inconsistent. Some of the guys could see you, not see you, detect you from miles away, whatever. They've seemed to apparently fixed all this. They said that a lot of the speeders were just failing and like almost kind of like you're running out of gas in the middle of whatever. And they've said that's all been fixed now. And I'm sort of like, all right, that sounds good. They said that what they call insta fail sections of the game apparently have been taken care of, so there's no more insta fails. So I'm like, okay.
Good
Next thing was carrying weapons was annoying, but now it's fine. And they said they've tweaked how the weapon systems work. They said that you don't need to press 3 buttons just to throw a grenade. Can you imagine that? Sitting there going like,
yeah.
It's probably best for you, Gray. It stops you accidentally
blowing yourself up. So they said one major annoyance has been resolved. In the launch of the version of the game, you can pick up enemy weapons, but would drop them as soon as you needed to interact with anything. Wow. That's been fixed.
Inconvenient.
Need to climb a ladder? That's been fixed. Need to climb up some rocks without the blaster falling out of your pants? Yep, that's been fixed.
Playing the game?
Was that
that's not been fixed.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. I'm reading all this stuff. And I'm going like, all right. So if this is all true and many other things have been fixed with it, then I think at some point I need to go back and give it a shot and see if, it's a good thing. So I just wanted to, in
that
fairness,
you need to pay for it again. You need to pay for Ubisoft again then.
Yeah, I mean, everything's been going wrong with it, so I wanted to be fair and say that Ubisoft has been paying attention and they've been putting in a lot of updates and a lot of fixes.
Better hurry up and do it before they're either sold off or go bankrupt.
Exactly. We need Matt to go and try it out, though, because he's the one that played the most of that game. And see, you should start from scratch, Matt, and see if it's any better.
God.
Matt will pay you at least $1.
Yeah. Can I sell my own junk? I don't know.
There we've been fair and we did announce it, and if you all are satisfied with what I said, then go out and try it again.
Don't believe any shit about it at all. I smell kippers.
Matt says no, I don't care. Or anything.
Yeah,
Hey, look, they didn't improve the model, so everybody still looks as ugly as they did before.
Yeah.
So,
do you remember my first ever review of No Man's Sky and how terrible that was?
Yeah, exactly.
Outlaws is just there. I think I prefer to play No Man's Sky. And wow. No.
Okay.
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting if they have actually fixed that and a few of the other things.
You always get
I think it's a long way away,
though, right?
Yeah.
You go like, oh god, now they fix it. I don't want to go back to it. Blah. You know, but whatever. Since I didn't really play much of it, I'll probably try to go back and give it a break or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Trev has a little bit of game news where we can squeeze some stuff in, and before we battle out of here. So whatever you want to cover.
What's our time like, Mr. Gray?
We're doing about an hour 44.
All right, okay, 50 minutes.
You can probably fit a couple.
What I was going to do that we don't really have time to do that Gray can maybe add in, and you can do what you want in the video edit. Is a new game announced. I'm going to do this out of order. The Game Awards, Naughty Dog were rumored to be working on The Last of Us Part 3, which I think they will do at one point, even if it isn't now. But they started on a new franchise, and they are the crown jewel, one of the crown jewels in Sony's portfolio. They make cracking games, and their new game that's coming out is called Intergalactic, right? Intergalactic,
The
Heretic Prophet. It's got some kind of cyberpunk feel. It's got some kind of space sim.
There's a trailer on it on YouTube.
There is, but it's 4.5 minutes, Gray, and time wise, you know. You got to into it. I can't really squeeze it in. Otherwise, I would have shown it. But it is very, very good. We don't really have an announcement date yet. I reckon it will be. I put my money on 2026. Just seeing if I can see anything that. But it just looks stunning anyway. And that was one of the big announcements, along with The Witcher 4, that we were not expecting at all. That is the first thing. The other thing that I found amusing, there was a big game that came out recently, years after the first one, Stalker 2, right? It's on PC Game Pass, I believe.
It is, yeah.
I don't know if you have you played it yet, Matt?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Okay, good. Its first major patch is out, right? And normally I wouldn't be doing news about this, but this is, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. Probably bad. It's now live with over 1,800 fixes. Yeah. 1,800 fixes. How buggy was that thing when it came out?
It was kind of buggy. Yeah, like it even had stick shift.
Was there any files in the game when it came out? Did it have like 2 files and that was it? And then the rest of the game just came
was a fast install, let's just say it that way. But yeah, there was a couple of things that were there that I didn't like, including like was it the dead stick sway thing was all over the place.
Oh yeah, mentioned that. Yeah, that's right.
So I was like, you know what? I know there's nothing wrong with my controllers and all that stuff, so I don't know what's going on. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. I actually stopped playing it because of that. So interesting.
1,800 fixes went in. You need to go back.
Yeah, what was the biggest fix they did? Does it say or just?
Yeah. So some issues were dozens of enemies spawning directly.
There you go.
Yeah, I think you need fix.
Dozens of enemies spawning directly in front of you, as well as a lack of roaming NPCs. Both have been addressed. It is a huge patch. I don't have a size on the patch, but it is huge with like at least 3 U's in it. So it will take you a while to download unless you have a super duper connection like we do. But Stalker 1 came out ages ago, so which I bought on the sales recently. So and the last thing which I found amusing, and I probably can show this one quickly, I think let's see. Yeah, I can show this one quickly. Yeah, I was just looking at the time and how long the actual video is going to be, because if it's too long, then that's what she said. But anyway, I'll show this. It's the new game from Netflix, Squid Games. They're actually bringing out a game that's going to be for everyone to play, right? So I found this amusing. Let's have a little watch at this one, a little chuckle. Right, and what we won't do is we won't play it on max resolution because we know there's an issue with that.
Hello, Game Awards. I assume you are all familiar with the Squid Game, because not everyone can physically experience the games. We have created a simulation. Unleashed will provide the same highs, or for the unskilled.
What is going on?
Access will be granted to everyone on December 17th, whether you're a Netflix member or not. Be on the lookout. In the following weeks, my team will be unveiling the next round of the games. I have brought with me a special preview of Squid Game Season 2. We believe games can reflect and improve society. Whether we succeed will be for you to judge. And to all the heads of the studios and CEOs in attendance, your places are ready in our VIP suite.
I gotta say, you know that character? He reminds me of what was that? The adult animation thing where they do the Star Wars, and you got like the Emperor going up the escalator, and they see the stormtroopers coming down.
It's ironic you say that, Matt, because one of the main guys from Squid Games, which I've never seen, I think the whole concept's absolutely stupid. I'm just refused to watch that.
It's quite funny. It's quite an interesting thing.
The main guy in it, or one of the main guys, is in the Star Wars show that came out last, not Skeleton Crew. He was, I can't remember the one. It's the one with the Force going way, way back. They're like the Force kids. Anyway, I don't remember the name of it, but it didn't do really, really well, despite me enjoying it. It was a South Korean boy, and he literally learned English to so he could take that role, and it was actually pretty decent in it, I thought.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go, guys. If you like Squid Games, it just looks like Fallout or Fall Guys a little bit, but with lots of gore and graphics.
I'm not impressed with what I saw. And also the TV series, on a side note, I saw the first one or two episodes of the season 1. Yeah, that was it for me. I was like,
was it?
I don't know. I know that the series is doing really well and all this stuff. You know, I couldn't. Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Mr. Gray, have you any objections if we keep that?
No, I want to go right into
next
the quiz
week to keep it under 2
before
hours.
We go. Yeah.
Normally we're not that fussed. We run over a little bit, but as I said, the TikTok thing, we like putting TikTok in 2 parts. It can't be more than 2 hours. I'm sorry, 2 hours every week. That's all you get.
We're good. All right, so we're going to go right into the EGP gaming quiz for this week. So I have easy questions, hard questions, things like that. We'll start off with the very first question. What is the name of the series of Star Wars video games that began on the Nintendo 64 console in 1998 as one of the first games for the console that supported Expansion Pack, which enabled higher quality graphics?
Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know if it's 1 or 2, so let's say 1.
Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Squadron. And the answer is ding, 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 Rogue Squadron.
I hate you, Matt.
Yeah.
You're so good at these, man, honestly.
I pay him to choose the questions that I know the answer to.
Yeah.
Star Trek's better. Star
Trek is good too. I tell you what, they
it's
need to do a nice, proper, open thing of Star Trek. That'd be fantastic.
I know what they do.
They never
do
did.
it.
Yeah, there's only a couple games. Yeah, there's only 1 or 2 games in the history of Star Trek that's ever been good. Most have been all kind of lousy.
Bridge Command is good.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, for what it is.
I love that. Yeah.
All right, this one y'all should get easily. I wanted to throw one cream puff question in there.
He says,
"Rip and tear" is the slogan associated with what brutal FPS anti-hero?
Mario. No.
No.
I want to say Duke Nukem, but I'm not sure.
Right,
I was thinking Duke Nukem,
just in case you didn't hear it. Rip and tear is the slogan associated with what brutal FPS anti-hero?
Doom.
No.
Is it?
No, he doesn't talk much. Doomslayer doesn't talk much.
No, that's true.
I actually don't know. I'm just going to say I'm just going to go with it.
If it is Doom,
the answer is Doom Guy, otherwise known as Doomslayer as well.
What? He doesn't talk.
He didn't say anything about talking. They said "rip and tear" is a slogan.
The anti-hero
associated, not.
Is it though? Is it?
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah. Everybody talks about rip and tear.
Are they talking about the new game? Because he literally does rip with that shield.
This goes all the way back. Rip and Tear's been out for a while.
Oh my God! Call myself a Doom fan. I'm
to get it for sure. I thought it was an easy question.
I know. I'm gone, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Bye,
don't come back. Yeah.
All right. Now this is a good.
No.
This is one you might know. I would never have known this answer, but this one is something right up your two guys' alley. Yeah. What was the first?
Just get out of my alley. Dirty man.
What was the first gaming console to have internal memory? What was the first gaming console to have
Sega
internal
Saturn.
memory?
Sega Saturn, baby.
Yeah, that's one answer. What do you got?
I was gonna go with the Game Gear. What was that one?
Game.
Oh no, it's a Game Gear. It is called a Game Gear. It's a portable. It's portable.
Yeah, Game Gear.
It's a Game Gear. Yeah.
Okay, so Game Gear and Sega Saturn. Well, ding, ding, ding. Sega Saturn won.
Yes, I get right up. Yeah.
Get this. It's shipped with 1 megabyte of internal memory.
1 megabyte.
Wow. So generous. So generous, man.
It was first. That's all it counted.
Man, like when PlayStation cards were out, like the PlayStation memory cards, they were like 4 megabytes, and you thought that was huge at the time, Gray. Save files were only a couple of 100 kilobits.
Oh yeah.
Whatever happened? So, now they're like,
God knows.
Hey, look, when you played Pong, you couldn't save a game.
Yeah,
it would just start over.
You'd have to start again. Yeah.
I remember getting mad a couple of times. Where I'd be playing with a friend, and all of a sudden the game would go, and it was out, and I go, you had to start all over again. Like, no way.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast this week. We will be back again next week for another shoe. And
television.
That'll be Boxing Day. I will be able to do it on the 26th.
We'll figure out something. We'll
work it out, even if it's not live.
Is that special?
Exactly. If we have to,
it'll be a Christmas special.
Every day, every time we do one is special.
Very special. Some more special than others.
End it quite before I throw up.
Yeah.
We will definitely put something out, whether we pre-record it or not. We will get something out one way or the other. So everybody's going to say bye-bye, and we will talk to you all next time. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one